They say you haven't been an anime fan long enough unless you've run into an encoding controversy with Crunchyroll. Yes, on a regular basis, Crunchyroll will often change their encoding process. Things will get changed around. People will take screenshots of banding, like you see on the screen here, with this nice little banding in there. People take the screenshot, put up the comparisons, and everybody will freak out. And yes, the encoding nerds will come out of nowhere and tell Crunchyroll they should use this one. They should use this one. They should use this one. I'm not an encoding nerd, but yes, I am the type that can notice when things start banding. I can notice whenever the Lego blocking happen, where you see the background, it's really dark, and you'll see like almost this little checkerboard thing going on. I don't like lower bit rates. I don't like low quality. I hate banding. But yes, for those that missed it, recently this controversy has come up again. We are talking about changing encodes and people are freaking out. But yes, this post says Crunchyroll is apparently experimenting with new encoding settings that use less bandwidth. They appear to have replaced ReZero Season 3 episodes with smaller versions. The new versions of ReZero episode, the first episode, was 2.3 gigabytes, whereas the old version was 5.1. This means the old version was 115% bigger. The new encoding settings have a lower bitrate cap and motion scenes. This means that action scenes, grainy scenes, OPs, etc. were 50% bigger and thus better quality in the old encodes. This is a bit disappointing. Crunchyroll's video is such a good quality that it beat Crunchyroll's own Blu-rays. That's unfortunate reality there. It's like anime Blu-rays have just plummeted. Like they just want us to not buy physical anymore. I hate buying literally like 12 episodes on one Blu-ray disc. It makes me so angry. And there's a lot of cases where I'll look at a actual listing for a Blu-ray, and if I only see one disc in that box, I'm like, I ain't buying it. I'm sorry. I ain't buying it. But that's probably not true anymore. To be fair, some benefits to the new encodings, more efficient use of bitrate, mostly static scenes due to longer GOP length, a higher quality audio, changing over to the, yeah, anyways. You get it. I get it. I'm not an encoding nerd. I know what this stuff is, but it's just, I'm not going to get into details on this stuff. And I'm not going to get into details and stuff. I make myself look stupid. But anyways, yes. Going through the comments here, you're going to see a lot of people, again, arguing what's best encoding, what they should actually use, and trying to figure out exactly why they made decisions. Yes, the assumptions that immediately come up is that they're trying to cut back on their bandwidth itself so that they pay less for their bandwidth. Oh, yeah, they're going to lower how much is going out of their servers. That way they get charged less. It's to save space on their servers, so they cut back on a lot of that stuff. And again, this has come up a lot of times before. And most of the times I think before, whenever this whole thing brought up, is this conversation about how they're lowering the encoding or the quality of older shows. That way, if somebody accesses older shows at a way later date, yes, they're getting a lower quality, but the servers overall get less load. They're focused on giving the highest quality for the new shows, which I think that argument, if that is the case for Crunchyroll, bullcrap. That is the dumbest decision ever, because most people are watching the newer shows. That's what the massive load is on every single week, is the newest show, the newest episode. It ain't going to lower much if they change the encoding and all that stuff. Anyways, luckily, we actually have an answer. We actually have an answer here. I feel bad for this dude. Probably shouldn't have opened your mouth, but they did. People have caught on to him, and it's going to get worse from here on out, but we'll see. But yes, this individual on X has posted, they apparently are a video software engineer from Crunchyroll, and they have posted, I did this change, and I'm getting freaking flamed, dog. All I wanted to do was to help. My heart goes out to you, dude. You better run. You better run. I think the thing is, like, to be clear, he says, I did this change. Not that he made this decision. This guy does not make this decision. Please don't mess with this guy. He did not make this decision. I doubt it. I mean, he could have. But my assumption is this guy didn't make wasn't the one that said, we're doing this, guys. You're listening to me, Sony. I'm doing this. This is the guy that put the change into effect. So don't flame this guy. But anyways, he said he did the change. I was hoping that he would make more clear ideas of why they made the change, hopefully state exactly what they make the decision for. The only post that he really does reply to somebody about the change itself is this. This is exactly it. Our one encode profile has to support all devices. We even support set-top boxes and those that have even shittier CPUs. Also, people on cellular or in remote areas of the world should be able to see less buffering. 50% is a huge difference for buffering. If this is it, L. If this is it, L. I do think this is logical in a sense that they are probably wanting to make sure that their stuff works on every device. This is a massive company, a massive streaming service. They're going to want to make sure that no matter what device you plug in, if it's an Apple TV, it's a Chromecast, whatever, that you press that play button and it comes up immediately. People don't, I would argue 99% of people plus don't care about a little bit of banding. And again, when it's in motion, they're not going to notice. They're not going to notice right here. Well, right here. They're not going to notice. And again, this right here, what you see on the screen right now is slightly brightened. And so it's going to be even more difficult to see on your actual screen. No, most people aren't going to notice this little banding issue. They're not going to notice it. They're going to, again, press the button. It's going to play. It's going to come up on the screen. And they're going to want to see what they want to see. They don't care that there's a banding. And they're probably not going to see it. 99% of people don't care. 99% of people, what they care about is when they press the play button, it immediately comes up on the screen. And again, I'm not arguing this is a good thing. Be perfectly clear. I'm not arguing the quality drop is a good thing. Now, many will argue that this change actually does benefit in other ways. When they change the encoding, certain things work better, certain things work worse. Certain things are better, audio quality is better, but you might have a little bit of banding in certain scenes. That's really the kind of struggle that you'll often run into, is that with every encoder change, some things are more beneficial, some things run smoother, some things are worse. Is this a setting they're going to keep going into the future? Probably. Because again, what this individual is saying here is that the change was made for the sake of it running better on certain devices and run better with certain connections. Which, again, I think the second part is dumb. Don't make your service crappier for the sake of it running better for people that have crappier internet service. I fully feel for people with bad internet. I live with bad internet for most of my life. I hate horrible internet connection. But at the same time, that's why you have quality settings. Have different settings for different quality. You have that 480p setting for people in a remote area. You have that 1080 for getting the highest quality possible. When people are coming to Crunchyroll, they're not coming there in order to get the lowest denominator. They're not coming there to get equal quality to people that unfortunately can't have a high internet connection. If that's the case, we're going to make every single video on the internet, I don't know, 140p. Just make everything 140p because there's people that there are people that are still on dial-up. We got to make sure that those people can still access the same quality that we can, make it run really smoothly for them. It doesn't make much sense. But again, this is the only indication right here of exactly why they did it. It's for horrible devices and apparently bad internet. That's why they're doing it. They're doing it for the majority of people that just want, again, to hit the play button and it starts. And that's all they care about. Crunchyroll is looking at stability over people that are going to take screenshots and zoom in to find out where something has changed, or people that are going to make side-by-side comparisons that show you, oh, right here you can see where there's a little bit blocking that's happening. That's unfortunately the rule of business. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. You think this is a crappy decision? Are you one of those people that every time something bad happens, you say that you're gonna cancel your subscription again? I do find it funny that every single time when something like this comes up, which I don't blame people. If you find this is a poor quality, by all means, cancel your subscription. There's no reason why you subscribe to something that is not giving you good quality. If they're over here saying we want to make sure it works good for crappy CPUs and for bad internet connections, and not for you with a better internet connection and no problem with the CPU, by all means, unsubscribe. But let me know if this is something that's going to make you quit Crunchyroll for once, even though unfortunately most piracy sites are just going to give you this anyways. That's the other bummer thing. It's like most people that are saying, I'm just going to pirate it. It's like, yeah, but if it's a release that Crunchyroll has globally and nobody else has it, most of the services that are going to be giving you piracy is going to be getting those. They're literally ripping it off of Crunchyroll, so you're going to get the quality that Crunchyroll has anyways. But at least you won't be paying for it, right? But anyways, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, hit the like button down below. If you like this content and you want to support channel more, I have links in the description below. Greatly appreciate it. But until next time, y'all take care.